I'll put that mid. I'd put it mid. It's all right. It's really hard to separate the story from the animation because Water 7 is so great in all the story.
It
But okay,
is.
I'm just looking animation. I just think the the what is it called? You kind of touched on it. Um, the spirit of the first animation is just it's really hard for me to break away from that, and that just looks too good to me.
Fair.
I think that
That's
they
fair.
didn't update enough stuff for me to be like, okay, I like this animation style more. It's very subtle, but the first one, like, dude, Alabasta, like, that's amazing, amazing. Okay, so now, so mid Water 7 and ends lobby. So Thriller Bark through what do we say? Impel. Thriller
Impel.
Bark through Impel down. I'm gonna put mid. I'm gonna put mid.
Damn.
Mid for that. Mid for Thriller Bark through Impel down.
Okay.
And then Fishman Island through Zell. Hmm. Christ. Fishman Island through Zell. It hurts, but mid through Zell. So mid for everything besides the first arc. And then what we all came here for, the next option. Whole cake through Reverie. You know where I'm putting that? Trash. Get it the fuck out of here. Get it the fuck out, bro. Fuck that shiny Dragon Ball Super bullshit. I hate the polished look, man. Them looking up at the fucking light and it's nah. It's not it. I'm sorry. And Wayno and Egghead, I mean it's OG. It's OG.
I see you. I see you.
That is my OG. And that is the end of my
Okay.
list.
Okay.
So Wayno, let me go over it one time. OG is the Wayno animation. I don't think anything holds a candle to it. Dank is the East Blue arc through the Foxies. Mid is Water 7 basically through Zao. Water 7 through Zao. I know it changes a lot, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. It still doesn't. It doesn't make a bump up in the tier. Trash, get it the fuck out of here. I'm pretty sure everybody knows my opinion on Fishman Island. It's good that they're doing it, and they're doing it in a different animation style, but like I said with the last choice, that's not going to bump it up a tier list. Still shitty. Fishman Island, get it the fuck out of here. We got to see, like you said earlier, at least we got to see Sanji's dream come to fruition. Big titty mermaid bitches.
Mermaids. So, as much nostalgic attachment as I do have to East Blue through Foxies, it is, I think, objectively some of the worst animation in the entire series. It is inconsistent as hell. There are so many, like, if you go to the internet, you can find so many just, like, still frames of just, like, the most ridiculous, like, shortcuts they would take in the
Like
animation.
blank faces, like
Blank faces, like, poorly drawn faces, like literally just smiley faces, like, sort of stuff, like.
Yeah.
So, I think, unfortunately, I have to, like, due to the nostalgia, I'll put it in mid, but I think objectively it is probably the worst the animation has ever been.
Are you about to put it
But
in
I'll put it in
trash?
mid. No, I'll put it in mid. I'll put it in mid.
All right, we'll move
Realistically,
all
I
of
think it should be in trash, but personally, I'm gonna put it in mid. And then next we have
Next we
Foxies. Next we have Water 7 to Thriller Bar. Or no. Where are we at now? It's Water 7 and Inez Lobby together, right? Water 7
yes.
and Inez Lobby.
Yes. Water 7 through ends.
I think I'll probably put those in mid as well. I don't particularly remember any major issues with the animation at that point. In fact, I think it got a little bit better from the earlier part of the series. Like the animation, I think, was more fluid. The action shots were better. There weren't as many just like that was the other thing about the early animation is there were a lot of like just still frames basically where like the characters weren't really doing much.
Right.
And you could tell it was just like cheapening the cost or maybe even the time to get that episode out every week. So I think there was actually an improvement here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And then
And
Thriller
then
Bark, I think, to what did we say? Impel
Zone.
Down is
Yeah,
I think
Impel.
our first dank. I think that was the
Mm-hmm.
first significant uptick in quality. Besides, like there's like an HD point, and when they like upgrade to like the full screen,
Right.
and then they upgrade to HD or whatever. I think that might have some consideration, but like the inconsistency in the quality is just like too noticeable if you watched it a bunch. Um, but yeah, I think so. I think this is like the first significant uptick in quality or consistency, I should say, where like every episode, if you go back and watch it today, probably still holds up in animation quality. So
Yeah.
I would put that in dank.
So Thriller
I
Bark
think they did a
through.
great job with those,
Yes.
despite my distaste for Thriller Bark being sort of dragged out. At least that was my recollection of it at the time.
I just love the whole atmosphere of it, like
It was
Nightmare
really cool.
Luffy. I want to see Nightmare Luffy again. God damn it!
Plus one of the best moments in One Piece history with the 10-ton hammer.
Oh,
Oh my god.
amazing!
Fantastic.
And then the Zoro moment.
Oh, true. Yeah. So good.
That
And then
was
Kuma showing
insane.
up at the end.
Yeah,
Oh man. There's a lot
that
of
was
good
an
moments in that arc.
insane end to that arc.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like,
100%.
bro, I didn't even know about Kuma's power at that point. I'm like, so
Yeah.
they just died. They just
Yeah, they're
they
gone.
killed
It's
off the
done.
cast.
And then Fishman Island to Dressrosa, I think we had a return to an improvement in animation quality from the like earlier parts of the show, like
Mhm.
especially the early arcs, but we returned to that inconsistent qualities that the initial parts had. Plus, you know, everybody who watched the anime has a massive hate boner for both Fishman and Dressrosa because of Dressrosa just being dragged out for so long.
Dude,
There was a
those
lot of just
last
like
100
stills,
episodes.
shots. Yeah, dude,
My God.
it's crazy. So I think I'm gonna put those in trash, unfortunately.
So Fishman Island through and
Through
trash.
Dressrosa, through Zo, I think is what we said actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Is trash, unfortunately.
It's trash. Get it the fuck out of here.
It was like 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back, sort of thing. Like we improved in our animation, like drawing style, and then we returned to our inconsistency. We got less fluid movement. Like there was just a bunch of issues with it. And then we go into the final part, Whole Cake through Egghead,
Yes.
or what did we?
It was
Or is it Whole Cake and Reverie?
Whole Cake through, yeah, whole Cake and Reverie. Those were two.
I'll put those mid. I don't have a ton to say about those.
Whole
I
Cake
liked that they
and
they
Reverie.
tried some stuff with Whole Cake, some new stuff. It didn't necessarily pan out, if I recall correctly. And
They
like you
tried
said,
some
they,
shit that
obviously
looked
they
like
scared.
shit. They
Yeah,
tried a
yeah.
bunch of I hate that shiny shit.
I think that's fair. I think they get some points for me for trying some new stuff, so I'll put it mid.
Yeah, because
I
it
can
is
definitely
different.
Understand the trash.
It's
It
completely
is, yeah.
different.
Yeah. I like that they keep iterating on their animation styles, which is nice.
Leading up
Especially for such a
until
long-running show.
Wano and now
And now I think we're both in agreement. Wano and Egghead is
you really
obviously
can't
OG.
say anything else.
No, dude, the quality, the consistency, the dynamic shots, the colors, just everything is on point. Like that was
Yeah.
another thing about the earlier parts of the show. It was like way less colorful than it is now.
Yes,
Like, have
so
you noticed
vibrant
that?
now.
Like,
Oh my
so
god.
vibrant now. It's crazy. Yeah.
The impact frames we were
Dude.
talking about earlier. Like they're
Yeah, exactly. It lends to a lot. Yeah.
yeah.